So today is the day. I've been waiting for this for a long time. We've been working on a project, 77 Scugog, for a while with Jeff Lee from Complete Contract Solutions. He has had to take this project in 3 different stages because the client wanted to be able to rent out a unit as quickly as possible. So we broke it down into 3 stages. The first phase was Unit 1, which was on the main floor. We did that all up. It's been tenanted. We got on to phase 2, which is the second floor unit, where we blocked off an additional bathroom and laundry room and made the unit a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact. And now we're into finally phase 3. Now, phase 3 is probably one of the biggest parts of this project, as we are going to now have to do a bunch of flooring. We're gonna have to change a bunch of joists. We're gonna redesign the entire second floor. And in doing so, there's gonna have to be quite a bit of structural changes. So we're gonna go meet Jeff on site today and talk a little bit about what he's got upcoming, what he's gotta do to actually put all this stuff together, and see how things have progressed so far. Well, Jeff, we're finally here.
Yep.
It's taken a while. We're on to round number 3.
Yeah,
we finally get into the back unit here. So I can see that there's a bin behind me, so we've actually got some stuff ripped out.
Yep, we made some good progress with the with all the demo up until we found some asbestos tile. Ooh. Yeah, no one likes to hear the word asbestos. We're on it. We got an asbestos removal company come to quote the abatement, and they should be coming next week to get rid of it all so we can continue. We're kind of on pause here while we get the abatement and while we go through the structural stuff, which we're going to do today.
Ooh, okay, let's go take a look and see what you got going on in there, man.
You bet.
So now the question is, how bad is it?
Come on in.
Whoa, watch your step. Well, holy shit.
Yep.
I knew that was a dog's breakfast up there, but I didn't realize it was that bad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, pretty much worse than I can imagine.
What is going on up here?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's start with the first thing, which is, what's with the whole new room that we found?
Okay, so we kind of found some space that no one really knew was here when the original property was purchased. It had been closed off from both sides, leaving this space hidden away. Never touched it from the other side, and then when we came over here, started doing a little demo. My boys seen it from upstairs, that there was actually a significant spot here. So I guess we've talked to the owner, and she's thinking a powder room, right? Add an extra powder room. It won't be a huge one, but nice to have on the main floor for convenience.
Yeah. Well, and too, we have our stairs coming here with a landing, so this is just basically going to be almost like a raised platform.
Exactly.
As well, too.
Exactly.
So, very nice. You got a high throne that's going to be going in here.
There you go. I mean, the plumbing will be nice and easy, right?
Yeah, that'll. Obviously, you'll have some ductwork that's going to have to be rerun there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember we punched a hole through here, and this is all that we saw originally.
Yeah, so we saw a couple ducts going up, but we weren't sure how far behind that, right? So we had done the other unit, and it was definitely an interior wall, but it was actually this space in between. So now we've gained some square footage on this property.
And then we have the dog's breakfast that is above us.
Yeah.
So this is the floor that we could see from before. I don't know if it looks any better now that it's all opened up.
I think it's
actually a little scarier. Like,
yeah.
I'm looking at some of these joists and I'm thinking, how the heck were we up there? There were 3 of us up there at one point.
Yeah.
Being supported on this. And I don't see in the middle one continuous joist. Like, everything's chewed up, spit out, slapped together. I love this, how we knew that there was a stair opening or some sort of attic hatch that was here before, and they just blatantly tried to fill it in with whatever they could find, it feels like. Left hardwood up there that I'm assuming was the edge of the stair opening before.
Yep. We talked about the floor. We got a lot of a dip going on here. It's super unlevel. So I've cleared with the owner. She wants to approve the changes in here to get this leveled up. So what we're gonna do is sister joist each one. We'll get this nice and flat and level, kind of start over on the main floor.
Well, and there's so much add-on too, like even the wall that we're gonna be supporting stuff on, it's got brick actually in the middle of the house.
Yeah. There's been multiple additions to this house to make it what it is.
The great thing we have going on here is, if I remember correctly, this wall doesn't carry up. So even the brick that's here, we're gonna be taking off and don't have to re-support it because it's just being cut off clean, right?
Right.
There's nothing that's arching over top of that.
Correct, yeah.
And then, oh dude, oh man, talk to me about the floor, because this is where we have our biggest issue right now, I guess, eh?
Yeah, so we got the asbestos thing going on here. Asbestos removal being done hopefully mid next week. We started to take this apart, do our demo, try and get in on this one and dig in, and unfortunately found the 9x9 asbestos tile underneath. So it's here.
Never good to see those 9x9s.
It's here and all through the upper level. So some significant removal to be done. Fortunately, I was able to get a hold of a guy who was nice enough to get back to me right away, and we're gonna get him in right away. So hopefully don't hold this project too much, right?
Nice, good, good. Shall we go take a look upstairs?
We probably should. I also have some questions for you. I'm gonna bring this.
All right.
All right.
Lightning round, here we go. All right, hopefully this is the last time I have to come up these stupid stairs for that reason right there.
Yep.
Jeez. I'll never understand who thought that those stairs were a good idea. Those are brutal, absolutely brutal.
We barely fit up those stairs, Quinn.
Well, I see we finally got the wall out of this sort of makeshift bedroom, so that's cool. It kind of opened up the space. I like the open concept we're going for now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, so yeah, talk us through what you got going on over here, man.
All right, so we went at these interior walls, the ones we knew were not bearing any load. So we've gone ahead and punched those out, but there was asbestos under here, which didn't allow us to remove the rest of the subfloor or get at the bottom piece of these walls. We called you in for a consult on this piece once we got the bathroom ceiling open.
Yeah.
So as you know, we got joists running this way up here. So we're gonna have to put in a new beam, which you have made some changes for.
Well, yeah, the challenging part is we have an existing exterior wall, right? And then everything has been built beyond that. So they have a wooden wall, a brick wall, and then another wooden wall that then became drywalled, and that was sort of the inside of this unit.
Right.
The problem is that interior wall on this side isn't sitting on a foundation, right? Like the foundation stopped at the brick. So to properly support that, we either have to go to the other side and get onto the wood because the brick itself is not going to be structurally sound.
Right.
Or we have to put some sort of footing right there, which becomes a whole nother engineering issue because now we're within the angle of repose of where the edge of that footing is. So, and I'm sure we've talked about angle of repose before.
We have. God bless you.
Yes, you're welcome. Which obviously, you know, in this type of situation, when we're digging out a footing right next to that existing footing, we can end up compromising the footing that's there, which creates a whole nest of problems, and then it might be deeper, and then you've got, you know, acting forces in either direction, which just becomes a nightmare. So all that aside, our best course of action is to go there. Yep. Which kind of sucks because I know that unit is already finished.
It is, but you know, when you do one unit at a time like this, these are the things you get into, right?
That's the challenge, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a huge deal. What are we gonna do? We're gonna cut open the wall. It's only gotta be a foot or so. We'll get that column into the wall, close it up. Nobody knows, right? It's not gonna be a huge thing. Luckily, no tenant in there right now. So we do avoid that headache. I plan to get these posts ASAP and get the guys in, like I said, right after this abatement's done. So we are on track, and I expect to get that side done first. We're gonna start from here. Reason being, it makes the most sense to me. We'll start at the top so that we can start removing some of these walls and some of the load on the floor, which we have to replace all the joists of. So we'll get this out of the way by getting this beam in, and then that'll allow us to go downstairs, get rid of that other wall that wasn't supposed to be bearing anything, but is. This is gonna save us on the cost of labor because it'll take less time building those temp walls, but also the materials, right? So the most efficient way is definitely to start up here. We'll start with these items, this beam, and this beam here. And then we can knock out the rest of this, clear this floor off, move down the floor. So we'll be doing it floor by floor. We'll hit the main floor, do the structural there, and then head to the basement, right? Leaving temp walls behind as needed, but continue on our way. So we'll have to get these stairs in too, right? So timing is important. We're only gonna be able to do half of this and the stairs, and then we can take out this side because no one wants to use a ladder to get up here.
Yeah, you've got so many dynamic forces happening here.
Yeah.
Just as there's so many different stages in which this house was built. Like you've got the original house,
Yeah.
you've got this sort of summer kitchen that was put in here, you've got the add-on that was done over here, you've got obviously a top-up and a roof extension on this side. Like there's so many different steps and pieces that went together. And now you have to deal with all those pieces.
Yeah, it's complicated, right? It's kind of like taking apart somebody else's puzzle, right? So with your help coming in to advise on some of these items, we'll be able to do it. It is a little bit complicated. Obviously, contractors love to just come in, smash a place apart, and then start. That's not the way this one works, right? So we have to strategize, do these things in order as efficiently as possible to try and keep the budget down, right?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that you said about doing the upstairs first, because in most cases you're usually starting from the basement up,
right?
But you've got the foundation walls to already brace this beam.
Exactly.
And because of the balloon framing, putting in this beam isn't really gonna be affected.
Right.
Even if you do jack a floor here, it's not gonna make any effect on what's going on over here, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, cool, man. All right, well, thank you for taking some time to go through all this stuff with us.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit of a mess, but I'm glad to see that it's starting to come together, and hopefully we can come back in a couple of weeks and see how things are progressing.
Yeah, well, for Christmas, we're hoping to give somebody a present of this, all this craziness going away, and then just be into the more normal, finishings and stuff. Get it finished off, get a tenant in here so that the landlord can rent it out. That's the goal, right?
Well, I'm sure that the client will appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Awesome, Jeff. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Yep.